Highs expected in the lower 70s. For the daytime hours in the IE era, sunny skies and abundance, highs mid 70s. And for the daytime hours in the Coachella Valley, sunny skies, highs lower 80s. I'm forecaster Jimmy O'Neill for Smart Talk 1490 KMET.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. We appreciate each and every one of you for tuning into this episode of the morning show. What's going on in the world? I can tell you right now, gas prices are definitely going on. I know many people are feeling the pain, and evidently Biden has said, wait a minute, what's going on there? What can we do about it? Very interestingly enough, I see a top news headline here. It is to lower gas prices. Biden authorizes release from U.S. Strategic Oil Reserve. The U.S. is to release 50 million barrels of oil to ease energy costs. Yeah, everybody's been feeling it, going, what is going on? Is it enough for the rest of the year? Is it going to help us out? I don't know. I don't know how long 50 million actually goes with that, especially in reserve. But there we go. We got Mr. Jesse Sanchez over there. Good morning, Jesse.
Good morning.
Obviously, you know, people are paying more at the pump, and the bigger the vehicle, the more you're feeling it, right? It adds up, right? I mean, it's one of those things where does it matter to you, like whether you're going to take a vacation or not when it comes to the paying the pump, or you just kind of go, okay, that's the cost of living now?
I don't want to say that's just the cost of living now, but honestly, it really is.
You don't want to admit to that, huh? You're like, please, no. I know, I agree with you.
No, yeah, not to. It's just like it costed me. It takes like almost $40 to fill up my car, so it's sad. I remember when I think when my brother first started driving in like 2000, before 9/11 happened. I think the gas prices was like $1.50 or $1.60.
I remember that. Yep.
And then boom, right when 9/11 happened, prices
Yeah.
went up.
I know. Sometimes I almost feel like, am I a little bit too, like, because I remember when that was, and that wasn't that long ago. Although sometimes when you talk to some youthful generations, they're like, I don't remember $1.50. You're like, okay, oh, that's right, because you weren't driving at the time. You know, like, it's like, right, it's sad, but like, it just is what it is. The White House said Tuesday that Joe Biden, the president, will tap into the nation's strategic oil reserve to help offset the surge in gasoline prices, facing rising consumer discontent ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday. Will make the formal announcement in remarks this afternoon, according to a senior administration. They said to ABC News. Other countries, including China and India, will release their own reserves in concert with the U.S. move, according to the White House. So that's interesting. Evidently, everybody's feeling it. They're like, what is going on? The White House said, quote, today the president is announcing that the Department of Energy will make available releases of 50 million barrels of oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve to lower prices for Americans and address the mismatch between demand existing in the pandemic and supply. It has Biden working with countries across the world to address the lack of supply as the world exits the pandemic. I love the fact that they say exits. We're not there yet. The White House said, quote, and as a result of President Biden's leadership and our diplomatic efforts, this release will be taken in parallel with other major energy-consuming nations, including China, India, Japan, Republic of Korea, and the United Kingdom. This culminates weeks of consultations with countries around the world, and we're already seeing the effect of this work on oil prices over the last several weeks. As reports of this work become public, oil prices are down nearly 10%. So I don't know. Is it enough? I don't know. I think if anything, we want to hear from you. What's the highest you have seen? I will say I had Ricardo, as you guys know, Garage Latino. He spends time here speaking about people that actually, are in the industry of automotive and what. And he took a picture while traveling of, I think it was 620, if I'm not mistaken. And that already is ridiculously high. That already is like one of those, are you kidding me? Are we going to go there? But I predict, and I've said this already a couple of times, because I remember a while back, and I will say this. I almost felt like, God, I wish I were a day trader at that point, because I had somebody say to a friend of mine, they said at some point we're going to be at $5, and that was when we were at least at the high, I think, of 350. And do you remember when the barrels all of a sudden had a huge increase? Like they were up, I think, $80 a barrel, and I didn't know anything about what do they call it? I think it's commodities. I didn't know anything about that type of stock, so I just remember it hitting a high of $80. Then it went back down, I think, to 70 or 68 at the minimum. Everybody was like, I wish I would have foreseen that coming up around the corner. But when I heard all of a sudden, oh, it's going to be $5 at some point, I was like, are you kidding me? I really thought that that was just kind of a wishful thinking, because I thought, no way are we going to ever pay over $4. And then we hit the $4, and then we went back down to like $3, and then we kind of escalated, and then we kind of hit a new low, then we hit a new high, then we hit a new low, and that's the way oil prices have been running ever since, honestly, the beginning. You always hit a high, and then you hit a low, and it sees where the market wants to be at. So I feel like we're going to hit a huge surge at some point with the way the world is going, with all these, world conditions, and obviously transportation costs, and obviously some people kind of just raising the money as well. I think some of the financials are there that mean, oh no, we got to think about things ahead of time. Is this a possibility of electrical being there for us just in case? What about hydro fuel? What about fuel cells? What about all of these new technologies, which are kind of already making it make sense to say, you know what, maybe I need a better vehicle that's more energy efficient. And I think if the gas prices continue up this high, I think they'll be at $8 within 3 years. That's my new prediction based on the model that I've been watching over the last year and a half. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think it's really crazy the amount that we've all of a sudden been having to pay, because I almost feel as though, remember last year, like November, December, and January, nobody was traveling. We were all made to like stay home. Do you remember that, Jesse?
I am not gonna lie. When the pandemic first started and everyone was told to stay home, I loved it.
I
The
loved it too.
days were empty, and I was like, "Yeah, I can get to work quick." I mean, it was to be honest, it was a little bit more dangerous because dummies are speeding down the freeway, and yeah. But overall, I enjoyed the freeways a lot less packed.
I'm right there with you. I literally was like, you know what? This is great. I could get anywhere and then some quick and fast. I'm like, can it just stay like this forever? And I think finally, when it finally hit more traffic, I knew, oh, well, we're done with that. I think that was in February, I want to say. And then in traffic again. But it was great because for the time being, if you had to get around and you were on the roads, you were there like, especially in LA. LA, everything could be very close, but because of traffic, it had at least a good 45 to an hour and a half of time, especially if they reroute you off of like that freeway that you're like, I need to get off. You're like, I gotta get out 3 exits from now to get off. So there's that, or they put one little road, which of course is in the middle of the night, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. You're like, I just want to go home and just wait. So there's all sorts of things that happen like that. But I never in a million years thought we'd pay $5.50 on average. All right, let's see what people are paying. Maria in Canada, $6.50 at some places for just under a gallon of gas. That's 4 liters. Yikes. Patricia says, I have not filled up with gas for 2 years. I don't drive much. There you go. And let's see. Patricia Sommer says, I paid $5 for half a gallon of eggnog. What? Half a gallon of eggnog? $5? Not gonna lie, I love eggnog. I literally said to somebody, have you had eggnog? You need to try it. And that was a little bit of rum. I'm not gonna lie. I tried it once. I loved it, but I can have it without rum. I used to have it as a kid without any type of alcohol, and I was fine. Then when I had it with the alcohol, I said, well, no wonder people have this without rum. It tastes actually really good. Says, I don't mind gas going up. I drive less. We need to drive less with fossil fuels. And I do agree with that. And I will say this. Something that's happening right now, if you're in the LA area, and even if you're not, it's pretty cool to check out some of the new vehicles over at the LA Auto Show. At the LA Auto Show, I will say this. I've learned a lot in the past, I want to say, yeah, I literally thought, okay, wait a minute, where are we at as a country? Are we ready to go the next level? And I feel the answer is yes. There's so many new vehicles that are out. I talked briefly about Hyundai as of, I believe, yesterday, and how Hyundai has trucks that are in Switzerland, which actually spew out natural water vapor. And that's it. It's called hydro, right? And or H2O, or they call it all sorts of things depending on the technology and how it works. But it literally spews out water vapor. And that is probably the best thing since sliced bread. People go, wait, how is that even a possibility? And there's these like major semi trucks that work on this, and a lot of them have already started in, I think, Switzerland, but they haven't started here. So I say, well, if they started there, what's the hard time doing it here? With almost more efficiency than the average vehicle that works on gasoline. Isn't that weird? And then I looked at some information there on the Toyota. I want to say, I think I have it on my phone. I literally had it yesterday because I was looking at it for this reason. And it's called, check this out, the Toyota Mirai. Okay. Now I will say this, the Toyota Mirai literally goes for 49,500. Okay. It's a very beautiful vehicle. And the miles per gallon, estimated miles per gallon, equivalent to like, that of a gasoline tank. Again, this is all in hydro. 76 miles per gallon. Okay. That right there is pretty amazing. And you can actually get it. Of course, they have a limited edition, which looks like a really cool sports car. It almost looks like a Lexus sports car. It's really cool. It's 66,000, and you get 67 miles per gallon. But that's because it goes super fast and you like expend more energy there. But and you get 0% finance it on good credit for 72 months. And they have hydro blue color. They have oxygen white. I love the way they name these things. Heavy metal, which is like like a light gray. Black, obviously, and supersonic red is what they call it. And I'm telling you, it looks beautiful in all these. So it's the 2022 Mirai. It says innovation is power. And the only thing with these vehicles, you're like, well, how can I get one? And, what is the situation when it comes to hydrogen, right? And I feel this is a problem in the way they're selling it. They're saying hydrogen, but hydrogen, to some people that are thinking, they go, well, what does hydrogen mean? Because when you think hydrogen, what's the first word that comes to your head, Jesse? Hydrogen.
Explosion, nuclear bomb.
Right. Okay, and you're not the only one. I literally asked, I think you're 12 people, different things. I've gotten everything from bomb. That was like the first 3 people. Like, you see? And then I got somebody that said the sun. And then I got somebody that said it's a chemical. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't sound good. And I'm like, well, if you have H2O, what do you have now? Water. I said that's basically the way they're supposed to sell it, but they're selling it as hydrogen. Hydrogen by itself is technically an explosive gas. It's true. That's what a lot of the sun actually has, and hydrogen expands, right? So when hydrogen expands, it could expand, and it could be flammable. But when it's mixed with 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen, that's how you have H2O or water. So it's water never like catches on fire unless, of course, you've got gasoline or oil on top of it, right? And so that's just kind of, some people go, oh, now it makes sense, right? And so it's 0 emissions. It runs on, they really got to stop saying hydrogen. And I talked to Hyundai about that. I said, that's where you're losing people. They go, yeah, we took a bullet and we actually shot the gas tank to prove to people it won't get flammable. I go, yeah, but you're selling it wrong. You got to make sure to say it's water. What does this spew out at the end of the day? Water vapor. Sell it like that. Water technology, okay? It's not that hard, right, Jesse?
Yeah, who's in charge of their marketing? They should get fired. Oh my lord!
Thank you. So, Hyundai, I do love you. We're set to talk in the coming days ahead. I said you guys are just branding it wrong. The public does not understand when you say hydrogen, it sounds like that. Mom, oh no, I'm going to have that as a vehicle. No. It's water vapor technology or water, which right there is already amazing. Then you have a whole other subset of people that say literally, are we going to run out of water? Not if you have ocean water technology and you're able to funnel it out and then make it really good for people. And then you mix it with right nutrients, which you're probably thinking, if it's water, what does it need to go next level? There are things that they do, and it's all very technologically interesting. But there you go. Now, according to this, if you buy this, the Toyota Mirai, which if you do so here in LA, I know they have a Torrance Center where you can actually fill up right there and then. But they have a 402-mile EPA estimated range for the XLE after just 5 minutes of refueling. That's it. Now compare that to the electric vehicle that takes on average, for those of you that have one, you know it takes anywhere from 38 minutes to 48 minutes on average, and that's a fast charge, okay? So usually people leave it on overnight, and that's fine. There's homes that are like super energy efficient. They've got the solar panels on top. They've got the whole home kind of wired, so you barely are feeling the pinch with the electric company because you have it all kind of self-contained. I've seen companies like that do that for their electric vehicles, for their businesses, but also homes have done that very smart. And I've seen some people ahead of that as well. You're also eligible for that carpool sticker. How cool is that? Remember the Prius that had that ability? So I would sign up for that just right now, just for that. And then it has complimentary fuel for up to 6 years or $15,000, whichever comes first. And I think that's because the infrastructure isn't there just yet. And what I mean by infrastructure, this is why I keep saying this, I'm going to keep preaching it. You just need the oil industry or Shell, Exxon, and all these other ones to say, just add it as a third option. You already have diesel. Not everybody uses diesel. I ask about that. And or you don't use the middle one. You have the 87, what is it, the 89, and then the 91, which nobody understands. They go, is that a year? No, it's octane, but nobody understands that. So the higher the efficiency, whatever, and there you go. If you go to Arco, I guarantee you get the very bare minimum because you got to make your vehicle go further. And I have heard all kinds of things about, are these good for you? Are they not good for you? I say, I don't know. But I do know this. It's a beautiful vehicle, massive amount of money saved at the pump by getting that. And with all those little benefits, Toyota Mirai, yeah, check it out. And if you have a place where you could fuel up, even better. I don't know the full stats on the H2O or water, and maybe it just doesn't sound cool to some people. Would you get a vehicle with all these benefits? And if so, I would say this: would you also like it if it had the ability to literally go faster than most electric vehicles? Because if you took one against another, like a Corvette with gasoline and one with H2O, not just hydrogen, right? And you actually put these side by side, which one would win? The water vehicle, because it's lighter than the actual battery big tanks that are in some of these vehicles. That's why they're so heavy when they drive. So there you go. So just some note to people, and check it out. And there you go. You can check it all out right there. I know Canada's prices are fluctuating there technically, but we're all fluctuating together. So be ahead of it. And there you go. I think Joe needs to kind of say, hey, let's look at H2O technology, because we've got plenty of ocean water and we need to clean our ocean waters right here, right now, right? And then we get a lot of that cleaning into the air. We have enough oxygen in the air. We counterbalance the volcano situation, and we create good things for all of us. Patricia Sommer says, currently the majority of hydrogen that is made for use as a fuel comes from natural gas, but hydrogen fuel also can be made from water, oil, coal, and plant material. Hydrogen can even be produced from your trash, and that's actually very true. Remember the, oh God, I'm so glad you brought this up, Patricia. I literally had a very brief conversation with somebody that said, although you still got to heat it up and do all that, but that you could do it from trash, literally. They already have vehicles like that. Go like Back to the Future, because isn't that what they do in Back to the Future? Remember, he brings it back from the future, and then he has that little thing pop up. It looks like one of those, what do they call those? What do they call those? Like those little, you throw them.
Blend things.
Huh?
The juicers?
Yeah, like a juicer, yeah. And it pops up, then he throws a bunch of trash, and then it's like, that's the fuel of the future. It's like, yeah, it actually exists. It's so weird. But there you go. Diana Chenevere in Florida, Emerald area, says gas is around 3 gallons in Florida. Again, Diana. Diana always has it like, dude, I see why Dad is like, I'm going to stay in Florida. You all just can stay where you're at. Seriously. All right, people, thanks for tuning in. If you want to have conversations with us on Facebook, do join us on the live chat. Everybody's chatting it up. We're going to take a quick little break here on the morning show. When we get back, we got more stories right after this. Stay tuned.
Matt Mattress Brothers Overstock Mattress Sale. Just $3.99 for a foam-encased queen pillow top set. $3.99. Check out Mattress Brothers $3.99 Overstock Sale. Mattress Brothers at 120 West Redlands Boulevard in Redlands. The $3.99 Overstock Sale is on now. $3.99 for a foam-encased queen pillow top set. Mattress Brothers also has locations in Hemet, Riverside, and Palm Desert. The $3.99 queen pillow top sale on now.
When it comes to health and well-being, cellular hydration is the key. You could say that hydration is the key to every wellness program. And structured water in its natural state, is the key to cellular hydration. Most of the water available to us has been processed for purity, safety, and convenience. But processing causes water to lose its natural hexagonal structure, with unfortunate effects for our bodies. Now you can take your personal hydration to a whole new level with the glassware that restructures water in just 3 minutes. Golden Ratio Products brings you these amazing water bottles, carafes, and drinking glasses which put the life back into the water you drink. Try it and you'll be amazed at the effects you feel in your body. Go to goldenratioproducts.com for the next phase of your water consciousness.
The staff and families at Custom Care Solutions Caregivers take this time out to recognize and salute the Palm Desert men and women in uniform, standing tall for our political and economic freedoms around the world. Let's always remember them in our thoughts and prayers. Their efforts abroad and our support have kept America strong. That message was courtesy of your good friends at Custom Care Solutions Caregivers, 42201 Beacon Hill in Palm Desert. They're always working to keep our community moving in a positive direction.
Tried shipping a package lately? It's amazing how difficult and time-consuming it can be. Packing, envelopes, boxes, second-day ground, next-day air, it's all enough to give you a headache. Next time, do yourself a favor, go with the pros at the UPS store in Beaumont. They'll pack it right and let you know all your shipping options. You can also take care of everyday tasks like copies, faxing, notary services, and live scan fingerprinting. And while you're there, pay your Edison, gas company, and Verizon bills. Open extended hours Monday through Saturday. The UPS store in Beaumont, located in the Oak Valley Plaza at 1440 Beaumont Avenue. Call 951-769-5956. That's 951-769-5956. Online at the upsstorolocal.com/5027 or Google 5027.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. We got Mr. Jesse Sanchez over there. Jesse, what's going on in the world?
Okay, quick question. Have you heard of the Anaheim Pond before?
Yes, on occasion.
Okay. So, I'm old, obviously, so you know that I refer to the pond as the pond. It's called the Honda Center now.
Oh, so, yes. Okay, right. Yeah, okay, got it, yeah.
Okay, but I still refer to it as the pond.
Okay.
Will you ever visit the Staples Center again?
Well, I mean, if there's like something worth watching there, I guess. So, yeah, why?
The answer is no, because it's no longer the Staples Center. And I really don't want to call it to what it is right now.
I forgot what is it now? Okay, it's not the Staples Center. What do we have to call it now? Because I was okay with the Staples Center.
I was okay with the Staples Center. I've been calling the Staples Center for what, 20-some years or 15 years? I don't even remember anymore.
Yeah.
But no, it's called the Crypto.com Arena now.
Yeah. The crypto era. Oh, the crypto. I guess yeah, it sounds creepy. Crypt. Let's read up at the crypt. The crypto. The crypto.com. Yeah. I mean, it's good for branding, right? That's how you brand like certain businesses. I'm not sure it worked for. Well, I think it worked for Staples up to a point, but so why would they do that? Oh, they paid a lot of money, huh?
Well, obviously, yeah. But I was just like, somebody mentioned it to me. I was like, what? That's the lamest name ever. But I understand, you want a brand. I've never even heard of crypto.com.
Yeah,
I feel
it's the cryptocurrency thing that's been taking off, right? Invest in crypto, and then mine for the money and where it's at. And I will say, people have made a buttload of money. I have yet to see anybody change that into cash, but I think they have ways of doing that because I've been seeing ads all over my Instagram feed and my Facebook feed. Cryptocurrency, it's where it's at, and I'm like, okay, well, that's interesting. So, but yeah, a lot of questions as far as crypto. But I think if they have the money to pay for it, I mean, it's no different than like other stadiums, which actually take on certain big brand names, and then at least people ask the question, what's cryptocurrency, right? Or what's crypto.com, and then maybe they'll go look, right? See, Mario says I invest in cryptocurrency, so there you go. But yeah, I think if anything, so that's the latest news, right?
Yeah. So it led. Okay, so I'm on crypto.com and I see a bunch of actors. Oh, and I see